I'm working on it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Jared Gray with my co-host Jordan Rains and the Dynasty Chef Steve. What's up, brothers?
What up, man?
What's up, man?
Good morning.
Man, I'm stoked, dude. I'm so excited about this week. So much good stuff going for a lot of people. This is a make or break week for like 3 of my leagues. I know we've got some really close games and some really good matches, so it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, there's some good matchups this week. I know I'm not a big matchup guy, but there are definitely some situations that I want to be a part of this week in IDP.
It's gonna be legit. Who we got with us today so far? We already got some people jumping in. We'll see what y'all doing. We got 2 guys on Twitter right now. Who are you? Send me a chat and we'll get you posted on here.
Good morning, guys. What's up? What up, IDP Army? We'll be going over. I got a whole list of questions here, and I'm sure we'll get more as the live goes on. Move my mic down a little bit. And I know we'll have, who's in and out. There's some big ones, especially for the Vikings, like Harrison Smith and Everson Griffin. Some other guys are questionable, so we'll cover all that.
Everson Griffin question was a big deal. I mean, because obviously I want to start him, but I'm a little worried about it. He's been questionable from the get, so which is interesting.
Yeah, he had some knee issue, so we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what's up with that. I mean, hopefully he plays. I want him. So,
do you think Thomas has the week he had 2 weeks ago for Cleveland against Pittsburgh?
Probably. I picked him up in a dynasty waiver. I have Myles Garrett, and I'm playing him this week. So hopefully.
So I have Sheldon Richardson. I'm thinking about playing. He bombed out last week. So I mean, like 40 points won my league. So I don't know, man. We got to figure out what we're gonna do. So
I'm just writing stuff on my whiteboard, guys. I'm not being weird.
All right, who we got here first? My man, Rich. Rich is always here every week.
What up, dude? I guess one of the first things we need to talk about is Derwin James. I just retweeted something by a guy. I'm going to give him proper citation here. Down with IDP, I think. Yes, Down with IDP. He put up a little note on Derwin James, which I pretty much agree with. I mean, they're going to play him. We know what kind of a player he is and what he's capable of. But he's definitely not going to play. I mean, there's a very low probability he plays 100% snaps. I think that would be foolish. I think they know that. So he's got some upside because he'll probably, as he mentions, he'll be in there to rush the passer a little bit, probably just to get his feet back under him. But he's a risky play this week. I'm playing him in a league, but I'm got a first-round bye in that league, and I just want to have fun. And I'm playing him in another league where I'm out of the playoffs, and I just want to have fun. So
I mean, thing is the Chargers are in a weird spot whether or not they need to play him. So,
well, they could still make a push, and that's kind of what he referenced in that article. And they get Adrian Phillips back too, though. So I mean, they don't have any reason to put James out there for the majority of snaps. And Phillips has been practicing apparently longer than James, so he's healthier. So
I don't know. That's gonna be a fun one. I mean, and that takes you another aspect on who you're playing where, right? So.
Yeah, I have.
I mean, I would love those guys beginning of the season. I just don't know if I want to play them right now. So
exactly.
Beginning of the season, I was on the train, bro. You know me. So, who else we got in here? We got a few people. Let me put your names in here. We'll give you some love. So, I know Rich is watching. I think Ronnie's watching. I'm not positive. We've got 15 people on Twitter, so put your little love out here, and we'll give you some love here on Periscope. So on the live stream, I had a question whether or not Dane Trevathan was going to be back. It doesn't look like it right now. I don't think he might be back for y'all's playoffs in 2 weeks or next week. So I don't know. It sucks. Kwiatkowski's played really well last week, though. Roquan Smith went out of his
Oh
mind
man,
last week.
Yes.
Roquan Smith played last week like everybody expected him to play all year. So,
Yeah, no shit. Well, I mean, yes and no. Apparently, 15 sacks or 15 tackles and 2 sacks has only been
15
done
sacks.
twice.
It'd be amazing if we had 15 sacks.
But I mean, it's what people. I mean, he was getting drafted in, top 10 linebacker.
Oh yeah, the
So-
score was something you definitely were expecting to see more of. But it's kind of like the Fred Warner thing. It's like Trevathan's out, Quan's out, and now these guys are stepping up. So we'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I love this question. Right, bright and early. Thomas Gallegos, are you guys worried about Rashaan Evans' snap percentage with Jayon Brown back? I'm having a hard time trusting Evans. I'm 100% with you. It seems like once Jayon Brown got healthy, Rashaan Evans kind of disappeared for 2 weeks now. So I'm with you. He says he's thinking about playing Jordan Baker to make the playoffs.
Yeah, actually, that was the first question I was going to reference here at the top of my list from on Twitter. He's Teddy Jigglypuff. What up, dude? He said Rashaan Evans or Jerome Baker this week. I mean, I'll probably play. That's tough for me. I've been riding Evans all season, and he's been great. And yeah, he's had a down game or two, but my philosophy on that kind of stuff is you have to take the good with the bad with a player, and he's been more good than bad. And yeah, I had to ride him out a couple of bad weeks, but I still know what he brings to the table points wise. I also have Jerome Baker, and I know what he brings to the table points wise. And a down week by Rashaan Evans last week was still basically the equivalent to a good Jerome Baker week. And we don't know that the snap counts will stay that low. I mean, yeah, they were low, but we don't know that they'll stay that low. Before Jayon Brown went out with his first injury, Rashaan Evans was out snapping him. Period. I mean, those are just facts. If you go look up the snap counts, Rashaan Evans was playing more snaps than Jayon Brown all to start the season, and he was out producing. So last week may have just been an anomaly. The track record shows that Rashaan Evans is a good play, but I think they're both going to be okay this week. I have a hard time taking Evans out of my lineup, though. So that's my long-winded answer.
I mean, I get it 100%. Rashaan Evans upside, or I'm about the floor.
That's the same. Is that they're playing the Colts, right?
Yeah.
And the Colts like to move the ball.
The Colts are going to run the ball quite a bit.
There's plenty of defensive snaps played by the Titans. So
this is one of those. Again, this is one of those 13-10 games. Maybe 24-17 games. I don't see it getting much higher than that.
Yeah, if they get Derrick Henry up and rolling, I mean, Tannehill's been balling.
Yeah, but I mean, the way Walker and Leonard have been playing, and Okereke in the middle when he's getting a chance to play, I'm telling you, I'm not really worried about it. I'm telling you, it's going to be
an interesting game. It's a divisional game too. Yeah, it could be a grimy game, but
enough where I went and got the Colts defense to play because I don't trust Pittsburgh against Cleveland at Cleveland. So, is Cleveland playing at Pittsburgh? Yeah, Cleveland's playing at Pittsburgh. That's a tough one, man. I mean,
see, we're talking about Cleveland and Pittsburgh. I got a question about Bush.
So do we agree we're going to go with Rashaan Evans on this one?
I mean, that's probably where I would go. I mean, that's just
because of the floor.
Yeah, just because of the track record. Sure, the recency bias makes us scared to play him, but again, like I've played him all season and he's been phenomenal for me. So I have a hard time benching him just because he had 1 or 2 weeks where his snaps dipped a little. I mean, yeah, the percentage is big, but the actual number of snaps is what, 8, 9? I mean, so he's still Rashaan.
I mean, his snap percentage was super low.
It was 67.
What was it the week before that?
I don't know what it was before that. I don't have it written down. But that's the outlier for his season. That's not the norm. So What else we got here? Robert Shane said something about Robert Quinn. Yeah, dude, that really sucked. I am playing in a league with a buddy, and I had Robert Quinn in my one of my DL spots, and he had Cameron Jordan in one of his DL spots side by side. So I literally am living my nightmare right now. I have 0, and I'm up against a 50. So that sucks. I'm probably going to lose that league.
Oof.
Yeah, Cam Jordan went off, dude.
Yeah, he did go bonkers.
But I mean, like he says here, I mean that's Josh Allen's he's a slippery fish out there. He's a thug. So even a guy like Robert Quinn had trouble getting to him.
I want to circle back to the Cleveland and Pittsburgh thing and consistency, because I want to talk about Devin Bush.
Okay.
And how he hasn't been so consistent lately. Do we trust him today? He didn't have a great game against Cleveland last time either.
He did not, which is interesting, right? Cleveland seems like they finally figured out what they want to do offensively, which only took, the entire season to figure
most
this
of
out.
the season.
I mean, when you have the studs that they have, I mean, they have 2 really good running backs, 3, solid receivers. Njoku's back this week.
Oh, that's probably going to throw everything off.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah. But that also tells you Devin Bush is probably guarding Njoku.
I thought Njoku was out.
I thought he was going to be back this week. Like, I thought he was going to be back from IR this week.
Well, I don't think he's playing, though. I think he's still out. I'm about 90% sure I saw that last night from the Browns Twitter feed. Or it might have been Roto World. Either way, though, I mean, Devin Bush, he's been losing snaps. I mean, like like you said, I mean, those are kind of facts. Do I trust him? Not as a linebacker 1 anymore. Not for every week play. I'll play as a linebacker 2 or 3. Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time taking him out of my lineup. But for instance, this week I'm playing Zach Cunningham. I have to win to get into the playoffs in this matchup, and Devin Bush is on my bench, and I have Zach Cunningham in.
Is Zach Cunningham your only linebacker in that league?
No, I have other linebackers. I have Miles Jack and.
I'm playing Devin Bush over Miles Jack.
Well, yeah, of course, but they're both on my bench for Cunningham, like I just said.
Like I said, is that you only start one linebacker in that league?
No, I'm starting TJ Watt. I'm starting Harold Landry. I don't know where my phone is. Oh, here it is. I can tell you who I'm starting, but I have several linebackers on my bench, and Devin Bush is one of them.
Okay, let's see. Shane with a big one just for you because you were just talking about it. 1 tackle. I can't get 1 tackle. Ask Josh on. Shane, we are with you, bro. I mean, Dallas looks like a complete dumpster fire. I tweeted out, if you guys looked out, how is Jason Garrett there still? I mean, I'm firing him after that game.
I swear I saw Jerry Jones' mouth. He was getting ready to go fire him. I saw it. And Jason Garrett had tears in his eyes because he knew it was coming.
Oh yeah, he knew for sure.
I wonder if he's fired. He's like, you're fired. You'll stay here the rest of the season.
Let you right out the year.
Yeah. Just know your job is done.
That either. Right, because I want the guy that I want in and ready for the draft coming up, Senior Bowl. All these guys.
I would too. I would just be like, you're out. Let's get the new guy in here in place.
Your new guy. I mean, if he's trying to go to the college rankings and maybe even Jim Harbaugh, who honestly, he can't beat Ohio State, but
I know I wouldn't even be.
He's got a good track record in general.
Yeah, but
he's better than Jason Garrett.
Big games, man. Big games. That's what he's wanting. Big games, and he
man, Rich, can I still play Buckner versus Lamar?
Yeah, you should. You can, and you should. Their starting center for Baltimore went to IR, so that line is not what it's been all season. I'm actually really interested to see how Lamar holds up in this game. Nick Bosa and Armstead and Buckner are all, must plays. Every week, you might have had a little hesitancy this week because it is Lamar, but the fact that their offensive line took this big blow, I got them in. I'm strapped them up. Let's do it.
All right, Rich is going to give you one on this one. You knew Whitesnake was going to be this. Wagner, Thomas Davis, Preston Smith, Whitesnake, Josh Allen must play 4. Well, I think your first 4, personally. I'm playing Thomas Davis. I'm playing Wagner. I'm playing Preston Smith. Oh, wait. Is Preston Smith playing this week? He didn't play last week.
I don't know.
Obviously. So here I'm going to go with Thomas Davis, Wagner, Whitesnake, and Josh Allen.
I agree.
I don't trust Preston Smith.
I agree. Not this well. I don't know. What's the scoring? I'm a little hesitant to play Josh Allen if I just am needing tackles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the thing is, I don't know if Preston Smith's going to play. He didn't play last week.
Yeah. If Preston's, I would play all those guys. It's between Preston Smith and Josh Allen. That's the guy you're really deciding on there.
Can you get Max Crosby?
That'd be dope. I got some questions here from some people on Twitter over the past couple hours, days, whatever. I got one. Derwin James, Jermaine Pratt, Neville Hewitt, and Jesse Bates. You have to sit one of these guys. So,
Jermaine Pratt, maybe. You're probably going to sit Derwin James.
I'm sitting Derwin James with those guys because I know. I might sit Jermaine Pratt. I don't know.
Pratt's playing well.
Yeah, you're right.
He's doing exactly what I expect him to do once old boy got ousted. Once Preston Smith got ousted, he was like second in tackles 2 weeks ago. But it's hard playing Bates and Pratt because they're on the same team. But honestly, I'd be okay with sitting Derwin James just because you don't know what he.
I don't know. He's my unknown here, so yeah. I'm probably going to sit
the ceiling. Derwin James will start.
You're right. So I had another question here. Speaking of Max Crosby, it was Max Crosby or Nick Bosa. Crosby's playing Kansas City, and Bosa, we just talked about, gets Baltimore.
Well, in that aspect, I'll be honest with you, I'm taking Max Crosby.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I would have to agree. It'd be hard. It's hard to fit Nick Bosa, but I think that's a match.
Love or hate Baltimore, they're as an entire whole, their line is solid.
Yep, and they'll probably be double and triple team.
They embarrassed the Rams, who, let's be real, have a
everyone's been embarrassed.
The
Bears embarrassed
the Rams.
Yeah, but dude, they have a solid front 4.
It's been an embarrassing situation.
They have Aaron Donald and Ingram.
So,
and both.
Yeah, but it's this year. It's been
I think Bosa's better than Ingram and Donald. Overall, I'm telling you, I like the Baltimore Ravens offensive line.
Right,
they're young and strong and huge. So. He said, "Oh yeah, Preston Smith did this last week." But how much did he play? I don't remember. It was 2 weeks ago. He didn't play. He was a healthy scratch. So it was his first week there. So.
I got another question here for us. I see some of these guys are putting stuff in the group chat, but I want to make sure I get to these. Melvin Ingram versus Denver, or again Nick Bosa versus Baltimore. I'm probably going to go Melvin Ingram versus the rookie.
Yeah, because Drew Lock is playing, right?
Yep. The rookie, their line.
Oh man, I'm taking anybody against him today. They're going to team him
up. Like, do you guys know Drew Lock? Like, this dude was a baller in college.
Yeah, but this is going to be his. Oh man,
yeah,
this is going to be his NFL debut. Yeah.
Okay. What about NFL debuts? Kyle Allen blew up against Cleveland.
Okay, well, we'll see what he's going to get under those big lights.
I'm not talking negatively about.
I want to see it before I believe it.
I think Melvin Ingram woke up this morning and saw that on Twitter and started.
He was eating his Cheerios, wasn't he?
Yep. He got a big old bowl. He ate the whole box of Wheaties this morning.
He did. He was like, "Yep, he got his box. I'm ready. He's ready."
So I'm gonna take Melvin Ingram in that scenario, and I have Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa already super high this week before I even saw that. So I have another one here. Do you guys in the chat have anything for us right now? I gotta pick one. You gotta pick just one of these guys, which is pretty easy. Justin Simmons, Adrian Phillips, or Jesse Bates. I'm taking Jesse Bates. I know
I
Philip
was
Rivers will
leaning
probably
that way.
You got Justin Phillips, Jesse
Yeah.
Bates, and who?
Justin Simmons,
Adrian
Adrian Phillips, and Jesse Bates.
I mean, I love Jesse Bates. His
Yeah.
ceiling's high, his floor is low. His floor is high. I mean,
Yep.
sorry, I want to go back to something. I'm Rich. I was wrong about Preston Smith. I'm thinking about the different Smith. I'm thinking about the Raiders linebacker. So yes, I'm going to play Preston Smith. He's got 10.5 sacks this year over Josh Allen. My bad. So yeah, I'm taking Wagner, Thomas Davis, Preston Smith.
He's still on that one.
Yeah, well,
That's good.
I was totally thinking about somebody else. So
Okay.
100%. Yeah, Preston
Preston
Smith's got
Smith.
10.5 sacks. I'm going to play him all day long.
We're good.
What's up, Bill?
What up, Kyle?
It is win and get in week for sure. Sandvin, let's go. I got you one. Here you go. Chargers or Eagles defense? We have not answered it this week.
I've heard a lot of people say, oh, you go ahead, good Jerry.
Well, the Chargers got, like you just said, they're healthy for the first time, so it makes it intriguing.
They got Locke.
Right? And they're going against Locke, right? And I don't trust their running. I don't trust Denver's running backs. It's a must-win game for the Chargers. The Eagles defense, a little tougher matchup, I think, personally.
Mediocre. I think.
It's a good question, but for me, I think I'm going Chargers here because they're healthy.
People are playing the matchup with the Eagles real hard this week because they're playing the Dolphins. But, I mean, the Dolphins are not
Here's
great.
the thing. The Eagles have been playing great, though. The last 3 weeks, they've played really, really solid. They gave New England all they wanted a couple weeks ago. They honestly should have won that game. Their defense was playing great. Their defense is playing really good. So I get the matchup here. Miami is playing much better than they were. I mean, I like the matchup. I don't like the play. Here's the difference. I think Drew Lock can throw the ball a little bit better than people think or expecting. I mean, he will stretch the field. He's got no problem doing that. Fitzmagic, we know can do the same, but he only has Devontae Parker.
I mean,
very true. I'm taking the Chargers still, personally.
The Chargers are healthy. I know that you think it's juicy in general just because of Drew Lock. So I look at it as the Dolphins.
Yeah,
it's a must-win game for the Chargers. Honestly, it's a must-win game for the Eagles because now they have a chance to lock. They can lock up the division. So because the Cowboys need to just fire Garrett at this point, like we said before. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I'm going Eagles here. So
well, there you go, Sindvan.
It's got oh man.
What are you gonna do, Steve?
Well, like he was saying, that's a juicy matchup for the Eagles with the Dolphins, but I love the situation with Locke and going against a rookie QB. I think I'm going to go with the Chargers defense.
So 2 against 1.
They're both good.
They're both really. I think they're both really choice matchups.
It's one of those just pick your poison kind of scenarios. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody's going to be too disappointed with either of them.
No, I don't.
I'm in a debate where I'm going to go Eagles defense or Colts defense against the Titans. So
I think the Eagles.
Well, there you have it.
I think with the way Tannehill did, they've been playing pretty well. The Titans.
I'll be honest here, Rich. I do not trust the Jags D against James Winston. I think that Mike Evans has a breakout game again.
Another 40.
He needs one.
He needs one from either week. So, I'll be honest. I think it's a game for him to come back and play well, personally. I mean, I think he's playing for a job, personally, over the next 2 weeks.
I mean, for fantasy, Jameis is gold. I mean, he puts himself
He's still
in
good for
shitty
24
situations.
week minimum.
Oh, more than that. I mean, the last 5 or 6 games, he's murdering. He has like 350 yards, like 3 touchdowns a game. It's like people are like, oh, he throws picks. I'm like, okay, a pick is -1 or -2. A touchdown's +6. Like, he can have 3 or 4 picks. Doesn't matter. He's gonna score as much as pretty much any top 5 quarterback any week. And again, he puts himself in these game scripts where he has to throw, and he happens to have 2 of the best wide receivers in the league, and he's not scared to fucking throw it. So I like Jameis.
I like Jameis over the Jags D and the Jaguars.
That's not to say I don't like the Jags D. I think there are going to be turnovers. I mean, it's a Jameis Winston game, so I think they're both. I mean, I don't really know what the question is. Jags D versus Jameis. I think both are good plays because they're both good for each other. Jameis is good for turning it over, and the Jags D is going to be playing Jameis, so they're going to get the turnover. So they're both going to be good plays. But on that same note, I have another question here from somebody on Twitter. It was Yannick Ngakoue versus the Bucks or Joey Bosa versus Denver. And the answer is Joey Bosa, but I mean, for me, it's close though. I mean, Yannick is having a great season.
Been so consistent.
He's been great this season. I posted something the other day. He's low key, like nobody's talking about it. He's in one of my leagues, several of my leagues. He's top 6 defensive end this season, not 10, 6. And in some of my other leagues, he's like top 8. So he's not floating outside the top 10 this year at DE. And it's like the best kept secret in IDP right now. And nobody's talking about, kind of like Ioannidis was early in the season. So I'm not taking Yannick. It's hard to not play him. I'm playing him in a must-win this week in a dynasty, and I'm benching a couple of guys that I like to play. I'm benching Sam Hubbard for him, Jonathan Allen. I mean, there's some good matchups that Yannick has to stay in your lineup. But if it is Joey Bosa versus Yannick, you gotta take Bosa because he's a top 3 defensive end, and he's due for a big game. So, but I mean, I just wanted to give Yannick a little credit there,
matchup,
like you said.
Here's one for you. Todd Davis has been having some solid games the past couple of weeks. Yeah, I like him. I think
the matchup's good too.
Yeah, good matchup.
I think Chargers run the ball a lot.
Depending on your tackle, scoring for IDP 1, 2, 3 leagues. Todd Davis has been scoring 15 points. Pretty solid.
Yep. Just lock him in. And like you said, Steve, they run the ball up. They also throw a lot of screens and dump off. So there's going to be a lot of third down tackling opportunities with Melvin and Eckler. So, and there's going to be turnover upside pretty much every time Phillip Rivers has the ball. So Todd Davis
definitely
might not blow up the way you want, but he definitely has the potential to blow up the way you want.
Something's
going to blow up in that game.
Yeah. Get my man Russell while he's traveling. Sorry, fellas, doing some Turkey Day travel. McKinney or Evans, IDP Army.
That's McKinney. Hashtag IDP Army, guys. We love you.
I'm down for some McKinney, to be honest with you.
I'm down for some Bernard Rick.
Yeah, I think we all agree here. McKinney over Evans, especially with the lower snap counts.
And they're playing New England, so I mean it's the perfect scenario for a
every defensive player. Every linebacker has gotten a lot of points off New England because
they possess the ball.
Boom, 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 right in the middle. So here's an interesting one. Got a new guy here, Tilt 671. Welcome to the show.
What up, brother?
Frank Clark or Clowney? Frank Clark reappeared finally.
Yeah.
Which is something that I have to say that I've been really, we've been really down on him, especially for as high as we were to start the season, because he has a lot of ceiling, but he hasn't played very well. Clowney is finally starting to really get in the point. The biggest question here is, do quarterback hits matter in your league? If they do, then I'm going with Clowney.
Yeah. But Clowney didn't play last week, remember? So the inactives are supposed to come out right now. So I'm going to look and see.
That's something you really have to work at. Well, that's something we looked at last week. Clowney not playing.
No on QB hits.
All right, man. I'm going to go with Frank Clark here.
Ooh, really?
If it's a must play, I mean, the thing is, I'm worried about Clowney not playing. I would wait till the inactives come out.
Hey, Clowney doesn't. When is that game? Is that tonight? The Seahawks game, is that a late game? I gotta look at this stuff.
I think it is
Let's see.
later.
It is. It's tomorrow. Ooh, yeah, that's scary. That's a scary situation with him being probably questionable.
Yeah, playing the Vikings. Well, here's my question. I mean, if you're willing to wait, it's a late game tomorrow, and I'm sure there's another player you can grab if need be.
I'd probably play Frank Clark. At this point, personally.
I think with the extra day, Clown is going to get to play.
If you're going to play Clowney, you better have a backup plan.
Yeah, that's just the only thing. If you're going to have Clowney, you better have a backup plan on somebody you're going to grab off their bench or something like that. But the same problem for me is Everson Griffin.
Okay. Wait. Here's another situation. Is it win and you're in, or are you?
Yeah. Have you already locked up the playoffs?
Yeah.
I need to know. Are you in the playoffs? Are we like you got to win this game to get into the playoffs?
So that's the case.
Because you can. Oh, you're in the play. He says he's in the
playoffs. I'd play Frank.
So here's the thing, man. I mean, you're already in. You're playing for fun this week, right? So I say go with Clowney, and if you find out he's inactive, you can pull somebody off the bench that's going to play for him. Ziggy also had the week of his life last week, so all of a sudden. So
it's magic.
Hey, it's magic.
Hey, everybody gets a free show.
I got a couple more questions here. We've kind of gone over this already, but Jayon Brown, Rashaan Evans. I think the consensus is Jayon Brown if you can pick between the two. I don't think Evans is a bad play, but I think, the recency bias of the snap counts would be foolish to overlook completely.
T.Y. Hilton is a no-go.
T.Y. dropped the ball, Hilton.
I think they rushed him back too early, personally.
Well, I'm scared to play. Same thing with Thielen. I was watching some stuff on, I follow Vikings Twitter, and they were showing him doing some drills and stuff. And it's like, I'm not like an athlete, but like I did, like, I went to school for sports medicine. So like, I'm kind of aware of like, how I've watched a lot of athletes do stuff, and like doing drills at 80 and 90%, even against some contact, is so different than full off.
You saw the first game he played, he got injured once he went full go. Like the first time he had a chance.
Even watching his drills, it's like you can tell it's not full range of motion on everything. You know what I mean? Like I get he's moving quick, I see what he's doing, and I see he's having contact, but I also know that is different than going 100% from the jump. You know what I mean? Full extension, full drive. You're not, not a little bump and run. I mean, and he jumped, and I'm like, again, it's like it's different, and so I'm worried to play him. So.
Yep, I'm with you 100%.
Say along those notes, I saw a couple of guys in one of my leagues made a trade. It was Adam Thielen for Kerryon Johnson, and it was points per carry league.
People are down on Kerryon Johnson big time right now.
I mean, as you should be.
Go buy.
He's got two knee injuries back-to-back years in his first 2 years in the league.
I'm down on him. I'm not looking to buy him,
especially with the rookie class coming up. Like,
I
might be letting him go. I'll be honest.
They're gonna get a new back.
No, they're not. You're crazy.
Maybe not this season, but next season.
Well, they will eventually.
They're gonna be like, oh look, we got another Amir.
What's Bo Scarborough doing there?
Exactly.
I'll tell you right now, I'm getting rid of Kerryon Johnson. I had to pay one of them. The other one I got off the waiver wire.
Mm-hmm. You're crazy.
I'm telling you right now, Kerryon Johnson's gone, bro. Like,
Bo Scarborough.
Why would you? He's coming in his third year. He's going to ask for a contract.
Oh, he's not.
Not with those knees.
He's a 4-year deal.
He'll be. I don't know. Whatever.
I'll take some gravy and turkey scraps.
I had another question here. Kevin Byard or Derwin James? I'm leaning Bayard.
And here's the thing, right? Everybody's asking about Derwin James because they know the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. And they probably got him on the waivers, or they've held on to him all season, and they want to be validated. I get it.
Again, like we're talking about, most of you guys, if you're asking this question, you're either in the playoffs or you have your last chance.
Mm-hmm.
The question is what the floor is here. The floor could be Derwin James gets injured and it's done. The ceiling for Derwin James could be 2 interceptions and 7 tackles. That's Derwin
Pretty
James.
wild. Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know what you're gonna get out of him.
I mean, that's the thing is we all know we love Derwin James, right? And he was high on our rookie group 2 years ago. He was high beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, if you got the playoffs locked up, give it a whirl. Play it. Have fun. I mean, unless you're winner you're in, then whatever. And otherwise, I completely agree. Beard is the right play for that he's been consistent. Derwin James it's flashy again. He's back, So, ooh.
Yeah. Looking at that one.
I like this one. Shaq Thompson or AJ Johnson. Shaq has a bad matchup versus Washington. Needed W. Down a bunch already. So Shaq has, I don't know if I would say he has a bad matchup because you watch Jared Davis against Washington have a monster day just 2 weeks ago, right? So do I really think Shaq has a bad matchup? We already said that in the other matchup where you got AJ, who's been playing very well, by the way, but he's been inconsistent. He's either had a really good week or a really down week. So that's my thing with AJ. Shaq has like 2 bad weeks all year, and one of them he got injured in. So
we got some inactives here.
I'm gonna go with Shaq Thompson personally on this one.
I'm the opposite. I'm going to AJ Johnson. There you go, Kyle. Good luck.
I don't know. I get that you think he has a bad matchup, but
AJ Johnson's been playing lights out. And
he really, when he's been on,
I love Shaq Thompson. I don't have AJ Johnson ranked very high. In my rankings, I have Shaq Thompson in my top 24, but he said he's down a bunch already. I play for upside, and I think Johnson has some good upside this week against Rivers. Kind of like the same thing I was saying with Davis. We were saying that earlier. I mean, like he has upside because it is Rivers, and he likes somebody's going to get a pick on the Broncos, and probably a couple of people are, if we're just being completely honest with ourselves. So it is what it is. I'm not saying it could be him, but it could be him. I got some inactives that are interesting. Miles Jack, didn't see that coming. He's inactive.
Well, I guess I told you should have played Miles Jack earlier.
Ronnie Harrison, kind of saw that coming, but Harrison is out or inactive, whatever you want to call it. Let's see if there's anything else really relevant here. I'm looking at all this stuff on Michael Fabiano's Twitter feed. Thanks for that, bro. Appreciate it. Demarius Randall, I'm sure you guys saw that he's a healthy scratch for whatever reason, because Freddie Kitchens is a genius.
Who's a healthy scratch?
Demarius Randall.
Yeah, he didn't even take him with him.
Yeah, and they're down like safeties. Like, what is this guy doing? He does not want to be.
Demarius Randall must have pissed him off.
He doesn't want to be a head coach next year, I don't think. He's acting like an idiot.
Well, here's the thing, right? I don't think he should be, but they have a high possibility of winning out, even against the Ravens, because they play the Ravens at home.
You are high on some Browns right now, if you think
they're playing good right now.
They beat them last time.
They did beat the Ravens at Baltimore.
They got their number.
I don't like them not taking Demarius Randall this week, though,
Yeah.
because Hodges likes to throw that deep ball.
D Ford is inactive. I didn't realize that was a thing, but that's a thing.
It's a thing now.
I saw one other inactive that was interesting for us, relevant.
Hmm.
Was it Jabril Peppers? But we knew that was coming.
Yeah, I knew Jabril Peppers was coming for sure.
So there's pretty much your first round of games inactives that are IDP relevant guys. So make adjustments. If you had Miles Jack in, I don't really know what's wrong with him. I wasn't going to play him anyway, but
He's trash.
yeah, what's wrong with him? There's a lot of things.
He's on the side of the street with the rest of the trash.
Do you think about it? How many people went after him early because?
Dude, I gotta tell you guys a story, and this pisses me off because I think of this all the time. So I'm in this dynasty league, right? In this offseason, I had so many good linebackers, and one of my buddies, his Harambre, you guys might see him on Twitter, busting my balls sometimes, but I made 2 dynasty trades with him, and I had all these linebackers. I had Avery Williamson, Miles Jack, Telvin Smith, Devin Bush. I'm feeling good, so I'm like, who am I going to shop? I also had Fred Warner and Eric Kendricks. I was like, well, I guess I'll shop Fred Warner and Eric Kendricks, 2 of the guys that I should not have got rid of. These motherfuckers are balling out this season. They're turnover, pass deflection, tackle machines. Meanwhile, I got Avery Williamson's been on my IR for months. I dropped Telvin Smith months ago as well. Fucking Devin Bush is falling. The wheels are falling off that train. Miles Jack, the wheels never even got on that train. And meanwhile, I'm over here looking at my buddy who's already a lock for the playoffs this dynasty league, and I'm like, that's my fault. I did that. So mad. Anyway, so there's my tribute to Miles Jack.
I like your little story there.
He sucks, dude.
And good life lessons.
I felt so secure. I was like, man, I got to get figured out. And I literally gave away my 2 best linebackers for, I don't even remember what I got. I probably got like a 3rd or a 4th round pick and like some stupid 4th string wide receiver. I don't know. I just had so many linebackers. I was like, well, who am I going to get rid of all these guys? I literally got rid of the 2 best ones.
See, I thought about doing that, and then I held back, and I was like, no, something might happen.
So here's what's worse. Last year, when Buddha got hurt, Buddha Baker, I was kind of down on it, right? Worried about it, especially with the other players still on the team. They hadn't been transferred yet. I traded Buddha Baker for a 1st-round draft pick, which I was okay with back then because he got injured, and the other 2 were still there, and I had one of them. So I was okay with it. And then the other 2 get traded, and I knew right away I was in trouble.
Yeah,
this was a waste of a draft pick. I don't even know. I don't remember who I picked first pick in the draft.
Oh, man.
Rookie draft pick. So
I have one more question from somebody that I have here. It's start 1. And it's kind of easy for me, but it's Jamal Adams, Landon Collins, or Taylor Rapp. Those are all really, really good options, but you got to go with the president, Jamal Adams, the number 1 or 2 defensive back in most leagues. I know
he's got like 7 sacks over the last 3 games.
6.5 or 7, something like that. Landon Collins has had an incredible number of tackles, and he's been incredibly productive as well, so it's hard to sit him, but you can't take Jamal Adams out of your lineup unless you're high. Are you high?
Yeah, the ceiling is crazy.
If you're high, you can take Jamal Adams out of your lineup, but don't do it.
I'm not taking
high
for sure.
High, kids.
I mean, even if you are high, don't do it.
Yeah, don't make dumb.
It's not a recommendation in any state of mind.
Excuse me?
You look very confused and offended.
I'm just trying to understand everything. It's pretty much stuff. What is going on here?
Enlighten us.
No. Can't. Won't do it. I'm just looking at some stuff. Twitter. All right, guys. Win and get in week. Don't be a screw up. Play all your good guys. Start your studs. My favorite piece of analysis is start your studs.
I got one for you.
What? Drop it on me. Houston Hub or JPP. I'm playing Houston all day. All day.
You got to pick 2.
Oh. I'm picking Houston Hub. JPP started off hot, coming off the waiver wire for me. In the last couple of weeks, he hasn't done much. Hubbard
had a big week.
Yeah, and Hubbard's had a good week. I mean, Hubbard's back.
He's back.
No,
He is not like Texas. He's back.
we'll see. Well, we'll see what happens. He plays old Sammy Darnold, so I mean, there's another screw up.
Give him the ball.
Yeah, I like Hubbard this week, and Hubbard just gets a ton of snaps still, even though he hasn't done much all season. Zach Taylor's like, "Who's around? Hey, get out, stay out there."
So I have an offensive question for you in the same game.
Love it. Give it to me.
Williams for the Colts or Mixon? Sorry, it's not same game, but same.
Who do the Bengals play today? I'm playing Mixon.
Play the Jets.
Mixon.
But Williams had
Andy Darnold is going to come out and he's going to set the
Williams
wall
2 weeks in a row has had over 100 yards.
What with his hair?
He is mad. You saw that interview. He's pissed, and they're like, "Oh, you can start again now." He's going to come out there, and this motherfucker is going to have like 400 yards and like 5 touchdowns.
He's going to ruin their.
I bet Mixon is a big part of this equation.
Watch, they're going to start him, then he's going to go out and win like
but here's my
3 or 4 games in a row for him, and then he's ruined their whole first draft choice.
The Dolphins in the game, they throw.
I mean, that's good for Mixon.
Like 40 times a game.
I choose Mixon. That's me.
I choose Mixon.
Williams
You're asking me right now if you should play one of the best.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. Is his usage going to go back down again with
Williams? That's what you're asking me.
Williams is balling the last 2 weeks.
That's fine.
He
maybe
over the last 300 yards in 2 weeks.
Maybe they won't let Dalton pass the ball.
You know what? You should start Jonathan Williams.
Right now, I am.
You're going to have a great week. Jonathan Williams, baby. Lock it in. Super lock it.
I'm the only thing is he's playing the Titans, which makes it tough for me.
Nah, Jonathan Williams all day. Easy. That's my take.
It's a tough one for me in this league because I'm down 40 points right now.
I set all my lineups earlier this week. I always try to set my lineups early in the week. It helps me not fuck them up because I just know that this was my original thought process. But I did change one of my lineups. I took Will Fuller out of a lineup and I put Chris Carson into a flex spot. I know Will Fuller plays New England and it's like, oh, you should sit him. But I'm like, they're going to cover DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller is going to be open all over the place. But I think that we could be watching Chris Carson lose his job this week. I know that.
I mean,
he's got 7 fumbles. Those are just facts. Rashad Penny, when he gets touches, is good. Those are facts.
But here's the thing. In the first part of the year, who fumbled the ball? Rashad Penny. Which is
I'm just saying we could be watching him this week. This could be the transition. Like last week, it kind of started. This week, I mean, if it even looks like a 50-50 timeshare, I'm out. Carson, I'm
selling, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with Carson.
I'm having a hard time playing him this week.
Penny had more carries than Carson last week.
Way more. And Carson only played like a handful of snaps, like literally a tiny handful of snaps last week. That happened. It's already happened. So I'm worried about him, but I put him in over Will Fuller.
Ooh, here you go.
That's a question for you.
I played Penny. I think Penny's going to blow up this week. That's my honest to God truth.
Against the Vikings?
Yeah. Why not?
You're going to be high as shit right now.
Why not?
Dude, the Vikings defense is stout.
It is. So is Rashad Penny. He's like the second most stout running back in the league behind Derrick Henry and Leonard Fournette.
And Bo Scarborough and Zeke Elliott and
Bo Scarborough.
Keep going here.
We're gonna keep talking about him.
Melvin Gordon.
Nah, bro. I'm going Geis here.
All right, he's going Geis. I'm going Penny.
Hat bet.
Oh wow, this is gonna be fun. Okay, write it down. I want to see this one happen.
Hat bet on the offensive players.
Put it on. Put it on the books. I'll put it on the books.
Mm-hmm. You got your whiteboard.
Yep.
Thanks for the thing here, Kyle.
That's gonna be fun.
Going some love here.
We need to get ridiculous hats for you guys then. If you guys are just gonna keep hat betting, we need to find some wacky hats for you guys to wear.
It's on the board.
Like big old 10-gallon cowboy hat or something.
There's no way I can wear a cowboy hat with my headphones.
You could one of those giant ones. You could probably wear it over top.
You could get some little buds.
Yeah.
I don't have any more IDP questions. The masses have. I think they've been satisfied. I gotta go on here on Twitter and give these people some answers right after we hop off of here. Because I told them I would do that, so I'm gonna keep my word, I suppose. Man, I gotta play Jared Wilson now. Ooh, Quincy Williams, sneaky play this week.
Mm-hmm.
So many sneaky plays.
Quincy Williams every week.
Quincy Williams.
Mm-hmm.
This might be his week. Time to shine with Miles Jack out.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
I think, you know what? I'm going to tell you, I think they might move Josh Allen back to linebacker.
Ooh, that's sexy. I like that. Give me some tackles.
I mean, think about it. Josh Allen had over 100 tackles in college playing linebacker and rushed in. If they're pulling Miles Jack, I think you might see Allen play a little linebacker like he did that. Remember, like early in the season,
you should see his snaps go up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel like it?
Josh Allen definitely looks like he might be a guy to play.
I gotta get Jared Wilson into some of my lineups now. I think with Miles Jack out, I just feel like things are gonna bleed. This is way too good. Give it to me. Give it to me. Guys, I can't wait to get off here and go crack a nice ice cold stag.
Oh, dude, I'm so upset that I haven't had one yet because you can't get it here.
Hey, anyone who's listening,
What are you talking about, guys? I can't even drink beer anymore.
the best beer in America, the best American beer.
Whoa, bro!
Never heard of it? No, it is. I'll fight people over that saying.
He's gonna fight about it.
You obviously have never been to Washington.
I've had a ton of good. I've drank so many beers in my life. It's
Jack and Jack Brewery,
best
African
regular, all-purpose utility beer. Just like I'm going somewhere, I need beer. Is Stag. 100%.
I'm gonna try the Stag beer. I'm a beer connoisseur.
I'll bring a couple of cases to the Senior Bowl, and we're gonna get.
Well, you let the cat out of the bag. We might as well tell them now.
Yeah, we're looking like we're going to the Senior Bowl for anyone who's paying attention out there still. Do a little IDP scouting for next season. Help out the guys for expand the box score. Spread the word about the premium stats we got over there. I'm booked up. I mean, I took off work. I'm locked in pretty much.
I took off work. Here's the thing: is if I stay till Saturday, I save $100 on my plane ticket.
Well, I'm staying Monday through Thursday, and I'm probably gonna drive home Thursday night. But
I'm gonna make you pick me up from the airport on Monday. So
that's fine.
I'm flying into Mobile, so there's that.
I'll do it. So I'll bring some stag. We're gonna get you all stacked out.
So the IDP Army, we're heading to Mobile for the Senior Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Just so you know, letting the cat out of the bag. My man Rich, Thomas Davis, or Josh Allen. One's a middle linebacker. One we don't know.
Still Davis for me.
It's still Davis. I think. I'm telling you, I like Josh Allen play today, but Thomas Davis is a middle linebacker. So, good question, though, Rich. Good question.
Yeah, bro.
Well, you guys are being all quiet here. There's,
Got any more?
I think our solid five are here playing. So, you guys got any more questions before we head out?
No, I think we discussed most of the pertinent stuff. You know, I mean, Derwin James is a risky play, but you can play him. Rashad Evans, you were tempering our expectations, but he's still a playable asset if you don't have anything better. What are the other common themes today? A lot of Josh Allen questions today. We like Josh Allen with Mike, or Miles Jack being out, Ronnie Harrison being out. There could be a bump in his, snaps with him maybe moving back, like Jared said. He was a solid tackle producer in college. That should be it.
Kyle, we totally expect you, but we don't put horns. We put horns down here, bro. Horns down.
Start your stud.
You guys don't know I'm a OU fan, so.
We got one more here.
Ooh. Bradley McDougall or Jair Alexander? I love Jair Alexander. He's one of my favorite players. But Bradley McDougall plays safety.
I play McDougal.
I'll make Dougal here too.
He's
I like Jair's on.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's one of my favorite players, and he's I think he's top 5 or top 3 in pass deflections. He's killing it. I mean, one of my leagues pass deflections worth like 6 points, so which is awesome. Which is why I like Devondre Campbell all the time. So I think we agree, Bradley McDougal over Jair because one plays safety, one gets more tackles. You can stay away from Jair if you want to. So I do really like him as a player, though. Tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? Let's not forget, given that time, guys, you need to set your lineups.
Preach.
Mm-hmm.
Set those lineups. Guys, also, you need to check out expandtheboxscore.com. They are a great group. They pretty much have everything, man. Basketball, college football is, really big on focus right now. Fantasy football.
Their college football stats are second to none, and I mean they're working on the presentation all the time. I mean the Slack channel is always people are giving ideas, people are working on different things, so it's getting bigger quickly. And I mean that's who we're going to the Senior Bowl with /4. So I only expect it to just keep growing and kind of start definitely solidifying its place in the space for data consumption.
Yeah, they're elite.
Super cheap too. It's like $15 for the year right now, which I'm sure that price will go up as the product continues to get better. So get in.
Yeah, you only see. I mean, it's not some small names here, guys. I mean, we got some big people in the industry doing this.
Mm-hmm.
People that work. We got a Major League Baseball guy, graduated from Penn State. He works there. Our man Andy is a killer of the group. He's the man, dude. So they have a great thing. Again, $15. Tell them we sent you. I mean, to have it basically get it, for call it your Christmas present, right? And then you have it till next year. That's a pretty good deal. There's a lot of stuff coming out in the next, draft capital and stuff like that. So,
yeah,
who was blowing me up? Like, leave me alone,
man. Trey Boston or Jared Wilson? Who should I start?
You said Trey Boston or Jared Wilson?
Yep. Boston plays Washington, and Wilson plays Tampa Bay. I gotta play Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Play Wilson.
It's hard.
Yeah, I like it
for me, but
like you said, Wilson's gonna have an uptick probably. So,
that's hard to do. I love you, Trey Boston. He's been solid for me all year in this league.
Trey Boston is solid. He's just a solid player.
Mm-hmm.
Low floor.
Yep. All right. Well, I got nothing else to say to the IDP Army, the community at large, guys. Good luck today. It's a big day. Enjoy the football. The weeks they're ticking by, and the long night comes. The darkness is going to be here. There will be no more football. There will be only draft speculation and Twitter beef over Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore and Darius Geis's, dynasty value. It'll be months and months of this shit, and it'll be terrible, but we'll all be there for it. So enjoy the football today while it's still pure and delightful. That's my
big weeks. My man Zach says to go with Boston. I'm kind of feeling Boston too, but like you. I mean, you can see a lot of tackles out of Wilson. So what we got here?
Yeah.
Always.
We're at Michigan. I'm from Michigan.
Yeah, my man's from Michigan. So Kyle, you're gonna have to give him a holler.
Yep.
DM him.
Yeah,
we don't want you to put out
private. Yeah, we can talk in private.
On the Twitter sphere where you live. We ain't trying to have people hunt you down. Again, you guys can go check Kyle out too. Fakepigskin.com. Kyle does a great job. Has really good rankings. So, yes, all right, I think that's it for the day, ladies and gentlemen. So until tomorrow with our other podcast.
Yeah, tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, IDP 411. we will break it all down. What happens today, we'll break down what happened on Thanksgiving and prep you for next week. First round of the playoffs. So,
all right, as always, ladies and gentlemen,
For you,
let's go.
Jared.
Let's go.